Alrighty, what is quacking, everybody? So yesterday, IPL posted a statement saying they're unbanning Splatter Color screen from all their tournaments. They feel Nintendo has made well-received changes to the special, and that they are removing the opt-in, opt-out features, so people do not face harassment for their disabilities if they choose to opt out. Now, what is Splatter Color screen? Well, if you've been living under a rock, it's a giant wall that covers a good portion of the map when thrown, and you can't see through it. Um, and then when you walk through it, if you're up against it as an enemy, if you walk through it, your screen turns very dark. What it used to do, though, and why it's been such an issue, is it used to turn your entire screen bright white, and it hurt the eyes. I'm a little light sensitive. It hurt a lot. Imagine turning your phone brightness to max at 4 a.m. and opening up Discord in light mode. That's how bright it was. As you can see here on screen, when you walk through it, just really bright white. Now they've changed it to where it's just very dark. Your screen turns dark, it's easy on the eyes, and it's fine to play around in. Another thing that people have been complaining about with the wall is the sizzling sounds. That has been a thing that is people have been complaining about. When you step through the wall, you also hear the sound of freshly cooked Good Morning bacon. You don't get to smell it though, you just hear it in your headphones, so take a listen right now. All right, and as you heard, it was the sounds of frying bacon. I'm hungry. I hope you're hungry too. Go get food if you haven't eaten. But that's what it sounds like, and for the most part, I feel like that's totally fine. Um, and compared to other games like Valorant, like Call of Duty, their flashbangs I would say are arguably worse than Splatoon's, because even with the sizzling, you can still hear other noises compared to games like Valorant and like Call of Duty, where once you get flashbang, it's just a bright white light and all you hear is ringing, and you're not going to know when you're getting shot from, where you can't even see. At least with this, you can still see. It's not super blinding, and you can still hear some things to a degree. Even if like they pop like a crab or something, you can still kind of hear it. So those are the changes in what Wall does, and compared to other games, I would say Wall is a very like forgiving flashbang of sorts compared to other games. Now, the controversy comes because people are freaking out over IPL's decision, specifically the opt in, opt out one, and instead of having a civil conversation like normal people, they've resorted to acting like children and even sending death threats, which is not okay. Don't know why you would do that, especially over a game. Please go touch grass and reevaluate your life. But besides that, the opt-in, opt-out feature has been highly one of the contested things of the post. I don't think the unbanned wall has been such an issue, more so that the opt-in, opt-out feature was taken away. Now, should they have removed the opt-in, opt-out feature? I think they could have kept it in. I don't think it would have been a bad idea to keep it in. I feel like they honestly didn't need to address it if they were unbanning. They could have just said everyone's going to be able to use it now. I get they probably wanted to clarify that, hey, we are taking this option away. Um, so another thing IPL could have also done as well is just, hey, we're unbanning Wall. We're thinking of taking the opt-in, opt feature out as well. Or, hey, we're taking the opt-in, opt-out feature out with the unban so we can see how it plays. Because it seems like they just want to see how it plays, if people really pick it, if they need to keep this ban on the weapon or not. Because, again, in tournaments that do have opt-in, opt-outs, like, no one's even picking these weapons to begin with. I haven't played against Umbrella or Squeezer in Sendo Queue or in other tournaments that weren't IPL ran, so they're probably just honestly doing this to test it, to be like, hey, are people actually using Wall? Is it worth having the ban on, or the opt-in, opt-out feature as well? Besides that, I don't think they should remove the opt-in, opt-out, though. Like, it could have been useful. I doubt people are going to use that to like abuse, weapon bannings. But also, you have to factor in the fact that there's only two weapons with Wall: Squeezer and Brella. No one's using Brella. Like, no one's picking Brella. Let's be honest with ourselves. No one's picking Brella unless you're a Brella enthusiast. Then good on you. You're a Chad. And then the other one is Foil Squeezer, which has some legs to stand on because regular Squeezer's really good right now. Zuka and Wall are an amazing combo. Squeezer has fantastic range. It got a little bit of nerf this last patch, but it wasn't enough to kick it down. And I feel like Foil Squeezer has some pretty good merits as well with Auto Bomb and Wall, but I'm not really using it for Wall. I use it more for just like Auto Bomb, point people out, and then I try to hit people with Fall Off if they're behind walls and stuff like that. So I think Foil Squeezer is still a solid weapon. Are people going to pick it over Vanilla Squeezer? Probably not, because Wall isn't a good special anyways. So the biggest issue with Wall is it cuts the entire map in half. You throw Wall out, not only can your enemy team not see through the wall, you cannot see through that wall. You lose access to information through that wall. If your backliner can't see through that, or if you can't see through that, or your teammates can't see through it, and you have to just go out on a whim, be like, well, I hope when I go through this wall, I'm not going to die. It turns the game into a really stalematey pace, and it's just not a good special at all. It does nothing really. It moves super slow, so it's not threatening to the enemy team. And again, it's very easy to avoid. You're most likely not going to get hit by the wall. The only way you're getting hit by the wall is if someone's rushing you through the wall and you choose to swim through the wall. Otherwise, when people throw out Wall, it's not really the greatest special, and it's terrible. So the fact that it's on two weapons and it's a bad special just in general without all the visual and auditory issues, I don't think it's really worth it to throw a fit over and to send people death threats and to complain about. Not to mention that it's been banned and not usable in tournaments at all. I've been playing a lot of pickups recently. I have not seen Wall once in a tournament. So we don't even know how it's going to do in a comp setting, and especially because it's on two weapons that just get, one is just completely useless and the other one just gets outshone by its vanilla counterpart. Probably not going to see any wall play anytime soon. People are definitely going to opt to pick better specials and better weapons. So I don't think this is an issue at all. I never even understood why it was banned to begin with because, again, it's bad. So the Splatter Color wall hasn't been in play. It's bad. And it's on two weapons that either have a better counterpart or no one is going to play just because it sucks. So I feel like IPL is definitely within their rights to just let us try playing the wall. I doubt it will see any play. So it's probably just going to be a test run of, okay, how many people are picking wall really? Like, who's picking wall? There's probably going to be no one picking wall. And it's probably just going to go unnoticed. And especially the fact that there's just people having crying outrages over it and acting like children instead of having civil discussions and, being normal people. And they're sending death threats over a game. Like, get over yourself. It's a game. I feel like this is a totally fine and natural evolution of things that just need to happen. Like, hey, this special is banned from the game. It's not an egregious special anymore. Like, the issues people had with it, Nintendo fixed, and no one's even used it, and it's bad. So why not add it to the game? A little note about that as well is, yeah, there's two weapons right now, but in the future there could be other ones. Maybe we get the Kensa weapons back and it's on K-Shot or something. Shot's a very good weapon right now. So if we get, like, I don't know, K-Shot with Burst Bomb Wall, like, are we just not going to allow people to play that weapon because it's just going to be decently good? Are we just not going to allow people to play weapons that are just good in general? Like, what if Red Pencil had, like, Burst Bomb Wall? Or what if E-Leader gets Burst Bomb Wall? People have been crying out for E-Leader to get Burst Bomb and Kraken, but maybe it gets Burst Bomb Wall for its next kit. So it's just like, okay, what do we do from there? Do we just, like, ban people's weapons that they want to play, like, especially if they're good, or it just has a good sub main weapon combo, like Soda Slosher? What if Soda Slosher gets Burst Bomb Wall? Then it's like, man, all the Soda Slosher enthusiasts gone. They can't play those in tournaments, even though they would love to play them in tournaments. So it just opens up a slippery slope of just like, are we just gonna sit here and let this special be banned the whole time, so that way future weapons just don't even have a time to shine? But we all know that the fix is good and the special sucks. The only way I see the special being good is if they speed up the pace of the wall moving forward, and they would have to speed it up exponentially, where it's like someone running at you and you have to be very proactive in avoiding it. Kind of like rain. I think if it had rain speed and moved as fast as rain or a little faster, then wall I could see being somewhat of a problem. But those are my thoughts, how I feel about it. The backlash is very unprecedented and it's very immature of people who are sending death threats and freaking out like it's the end of the world. Like, it really shouldn't be making people delete their accounts and quitting Splatoon, and it really shouldn't make people question the validity of the community when people are freaking out like this and creating a divide, because this is kind of how, like, we don't have Splatoon in the future. You know, we don't get grassroots events, we don't get community support from people in the community, and it's time you kind of just use your brain. Like, we can have civil discussions about things within the game and work together as a community to come together and figure things out, and not just sit here and act like we don't know how to have a normal conversation, and causing people to really question the community, and make people move away from the community, and just kind of just killing our community from the inside out by acting like immature idiots. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments below. The whole shebang. I'll see you in the next one.